It was an age when all kinds of crafts were highly valued. Potters, cobblers, weavers, and tailors were revered in society. In fact, some people earned enough money to amass great fortunes through their vocations. Yet, no matter how proficient these people became at their trade, none ever achieved true happiness. One day, a traveler arrived in a small town and attracted everyone's attention because of his staff. It was crafted from sturdy wood and topped with a crystal ball. People stopped him on the street and asked about this or that tool, but the traveler replied to all of their questions with the same answer. "Go ask the cobbler." Everyone thought the answer was funny and decided to find out what the cobbler had to say. He listened intently to their question, then told them to go to the weaver. The tailor, potter, and others gave similar answers, sending people from one shop to another. Finally, they returned to the traveler and asked what the trick was. "I am a magician," he said, "and I can give each of you a gift that will bring you happiness and satisfaction with your work." The people were amazed and asked for the gift. "Here it is," said the magician, handing each of them a small stone. "When you start your work, put this stone in your work box or chest, and it will enhance your skills to such an extent that you will achieve extraordinary results." Of course, people were very happy with such a generous gift. Some time passed, and the rumor about the stones quickly spread throughout the town and the surrounding villages. People came from distant lands just to get one of those stones, believing it would change their lives. The magician was approached by a baker who asked for the stone so that his bread would become tastier than anyone else's. A jeweler asked for it so that his jewels would become the most beautiful in the kingdom. A carpenter wanted one to make furniture that would become famous throughout the land. The magician agreed and gave each person a stone. After putting it in their workplace, everyone experienced an increase in skill. The baker's bread became the most delicious in the world. The jeweler's jewelry sparkled like stars from the sky. The carpenter's furniture became known throughout the land. Among the people who received the stones was a young man named Aziz. Unlike the others, he didn't want fame or fortune. All he wanted was to be respected and appreciated for his work. Aziz worked as a simple cobbler, mending shoes and other leather goods. But after placing the stone in his work chest, his work took on a new quality. Each stitch he made was perfect. His shoes and other leather products became renowned for their durability and appearance. In addition, Aziz was able to see where he could improve his techniques and what materials he needed to make his work even better. This way, he didn't just earn more money, but also became a master cobbler. Years passed, during which the magician traveled all over the country, visiting different cities and villages and giving people stones that brought happiness. But one day he fell ill and realized that his end was near. Wanting to leave something good for the world, he decided to give every craft an opportunity to receive a gift that would make its practitioners truly happy. Gathering representatives of various professions, the magician made a surprising announcement. "Each of you will receive a gift that will bring joy to your heart and perfection to your craft. You must value this gift and pass it on to those who deserve it." Then the magician distributed the gifts, and only Aziz received a small wooden box instead of a stone. Confused, Aziz opened the box, and inside he saw a tiny white flower. At first he was upset, thinking that the magician didn't hold him in high regard. However, the magician approached him and explained, "Your gift is a magic flower. Its petals symbolize different aspects of your craft, and each petal represents an important part of the cobbler's life. For example, this petal signifies the need to work carefully and diligently, just as a cobbler must take his time to stitch each shoe properly. This petal represents the importance of using high-quality materials, as a cobbler must use strong thread and durable leather to make long-lasting shoes. This petal symbolizes the significance of paying attention to detail, as even the smallest flaw in a shoe can make it uncomfortable for the wearer. And finally, this petal signifies the importance of being honest and fair in one's work, as a cobbler must not deceive customers by using low-quality materials or dishonest methods. After the magician's death, Aziz cherished his gift, and whenever he felt like his work wasn't going well, he would look at the flower and remember the magician's words. He realized that the quality of his work depended not on special stones, but on his own diligence, honesty, and creativity. From that moment on, Aziz's work improved even more. He became known as the best cobbler not only in the village, but throughout the land. And when he felt it was time to pass on his skills to someone worthy, he called the young man he considered his apprentice and gave him the magic flower, saying, "From now on, you will be responsible for preserving the legacy of our craft." The young man was overwhelmed with gratitude and promised to honor his responsibility. Many years later, the tale of the magic flower reached the king. Intrigued by the story, he summoned Aziz to the palace and ordered him to make a pair of the finest boots he had ever seen. Aziz accepted the order and got to work, taking out the magic flower and remembering its petals. He understood that making boots for the king was not just a job, but an opportunity to demonstrate the essence of his craft. Carefully selecting materials, Aziz found the finest leather and the strongest thread, determined to create boots that would serve the king faithfully. He worked diligently, stitch by stitch, ensuring that every detail was perfect and that the boots would be both beautiful and practical. With each passing day, the boots took shape, becoming a masterpiece of leather work. When Aziz presented them to the king, the monarch was overjoyed. The boots were not only exquisitely crafted, but also symbolized the values of diligence, honesty, and quality that Aziz had embodied in his work. Impressed by Aziz's skill and integrity, the king knighted him and granted him noble status, recognizing him as the royal cobbler. From that day forward, Aziz and his descendants served the kingdom for generations, upholding the values of their craft and the magic flower, ensuring that each boot and shoe bore witness to their dedication and skill.